Alright, so let's just get this out of the way. What I'm about to say isn't meant as some cheap shot or petty criticism. This isn't about personal attacks or rooting against a guy. This is about being honest. It's about looking at what's actually happening in Cleveland right now, at training camp, at OTAs, and asking ourselves the real questions. Because the reality is, Dillon Gabriel is a reflection of the system he's coming from. And that system, it's not the NFL.C. He's a product of that wide-open spread of fence, those college schemes that create space. Simplify reads. Let quarterbacks thrive with 1 or 2 clean looks. And hey, I'm not knocking it. That system has turned a lot of guys into Saturday legends. But Sunday football? That's a different game entirely. In the NFL, windows are smaller, pressure comes faster, and those college concepts, they don't always translate unless you've got something special. That's where SHEDEUR Shanders comes in. Because let me tell you something, right now, his skill set, it does translate. His mechanics, his presence in the pocket, the way he sees the field, it all fits today's NFL now. Is his arm the strongest? No. I'll admit it doesn't have elite zip. But let's not play dumb here. Are we really going to sit around and pretend that Dillon Gabriel is somehow the better quarterback? I just don't see how anyone can make that argument with a straight face. I really don't. And if the Cleveland Browns are the only team buying into that narrative, then I think it's time we step back and ask, what are we really doing here? Listen, I'm not out here wishing failure on Dillon Gabriel. That's not who I am. But if I'm keeping it real with you I always do, I would be genuinely shocked if he ends up becoming a true long-term starting quarterback in the NFL, and especially in Cleveland. I mean, come on. This is the AFC North. This is edge rusher country. You're not getting by with mechanical flaws and a shaky foundation. That's not how this works. So please take 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. And right now, the reports coming out of camp are loud. This quarterback competition is no longer neck and neck, it's trending. And it's trending hard in one direction. SHEDEUR Shanders is starting to separate himself. Not with flash, not with noise, with execution, with control, with poise. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel, he's starting to raise some red flags. The Browns took him based on his size, his strength, his traits. But in practice, those tools haven't turned into production. His arm strength isn't wowing anyone. His throwing mechanics are being picked apart. And when you compare him to Sanders, who's looking polished, calm, and deadly accurate, it's becoming obvious who's winning this battle right now. All signs point towards SHEDEUR being on the fast track to the QB1 spot in Cleveland. And that's not some overreaction, it's coming straight from what we're seeing every single day in Berea now. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Gabriel was supposed to have the edge. He was drafted before Sanders. He came in with more hype, but there's been one massive issue holding him back from the jump. His height, he's listed at 5'11", and I'm telling you, that matters. This league favors quarterbacks who can see over the line, scan the field, and make those anticipatory throws with clarity. Gabriel's had trouble getting consistent arc and velocity on deep balls. And when the pressure starts coming in hot, it always does in the NFL, he's looked overwhelmed by contrast. Sanders is thriving under that pressure. His mechanics are so clean, his throwing motion is fluid. The ball just pops out of his hand with that effortless flick. He's connecting on deep throws, hitting timing routes, and he's doing it in the biggest moments of practice. The red zone drills, the third down reps, the 2-minute situations. Gabriel's game, on the other hand, is starting to feel like it's caving in under stress. There's this visible tension in his footwork. He's holding onto the ball a beat too long, and worst of all, when defenders get their hands up at the line, it's almost like he panics. He starts changing his release angle, trying to throw over the top. And when you do that, you get tip balls, you get overthrows, and you get picks. We saw it today. Another deflected pass, another pick six. This isn't just a training camp hiccup. This is starting to look like a trend. And trust me, coaches see it too. This is the NFL. You don't get points for effort. You get points for execution now. I don't want to pretend like SHEDEUR is already a superstar. He's not a finished product either. But man, when you watch him throw, you see it. That natural confidence, that precision, that command in the huddle, you can feel the team responding to him. There was one throw that just stuck with me, a perfect corner route to the back pylon. tight end was blanketed by a corner and a trailing linebacker, but Sanders saw the safety bite on an underneath route, and the moment that window opened, he ripped it. Absolute laser. Right on the money. That's NFL quarterbacking. That's what scouts dream about on film. And the craziest part? He was a 5th-round pick. This isn't a guy with a media machine hyping him up. This isn't a first-round face-hoved franchise name. But when you watch the practices, when you hear the chatter from players and coaches, he's got it. Behind the scenes, the rumors are wild. Word is, the Browns front office didn't even want Gabriel all that badly. The pick might have been a political move, something to keep ownership at bay. Jimmy Haslam reportedly wanted SHEDEUR badly, but the coaching staff wasn't completely sold. So they grabbed Gabriel 2 rounds earlier, maybe as a way to pump the brakes. But now, all of that is out the window. SHEDEUR Shanders is taking the spotlight, the old school way by earning it. He's not waiting for permission, he's taking the job, 1 rep at a time. And the moment that really sealed it for me, it wasn't a touchdown, it wasn't even a play, really, it was a vibe. It was SHEDEUR and David Njoku on the sideline, laughing, going over routes like they've been teammates for 5 years. That's trust, that's chemistry, it's real. Then boom, next play, SHEDEUR drops back, hits Njoku across the middle with a bullet. Perfect timing, perfect placement. That's not just good football, that's elite level understanding. That's 2 players locked in. And you put that kind of instinct between a tight end like Njoku with his size, speed, and toughness, a young quarterback like Sanders who throws with anticipation and calm under pressure. You're looking at game-breaking potential. Let's keep in mind, this guy was a rounder, 5th round, but you'd never know it from the way he carries himself. You'd never know it from the way his teammates are starting to rally behind him. And based on everything I've seen from OTAs to minicamp, if this trajectory keeps going, I'm telling you, the Browns might have struck gold. He's not just competing, he's climbing. And unless something drastic changes, this quarterback room might belong to SHEDEUR Shanders sooner than anyone expected. So, please take 2 seconds to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. From the second SHEDEUR stepped into that facility in Berea, it was like he already belonged. Not just talking about how he throws the ball though, trust me, we'll get into that later. I'm talking about the way he carries himself, the way he walks, the way he talks, the way he engages with veterans who've been in this league a long time. He's got the mentality of a grinder, someone who's fought for everything, someone who knows he's still gotta earn it, but he's also got this unshakable calm, like he knows he's exactly where he's supposed to be. And what really drives that home for me is the way guys like David Njoku respond to him. You can see the mutual respect. It's not fake. It's not a PR stunt. It's no rookie worshiping the vet and no vet brushing off the young guy. It's real chemistry. Njoku said it best, SHEDEUR shows up every single day with a smile on his face, laser focused, ready to work. That kind of energy. That's contagious. That's culture shifting. That's the kind of dude you want in your locker room. That's the kind of guy you want beside you when the game's on the line and it's 3rd and 8 with 2 minutes left on the clock. But Njoku's not the only one speaking up. When I heard what Myles Garrett said, that's when I really sat up. Because let's be honest, Myles doesn't say a lot. He's not handing out compliments for the cameras. When he speaks, it matters. And when he goes out of his way to praise SHEDEUR's poise, his maturity, his ability to fit into the team seamlessly, that hits different. He's seen elite talent. He is elite talent. So if Myles says you're the real deal, you better believe. It's not just smoke. He even said people just love being around him. Think about that for a second. This is a locker room full of high-level competitors. Guys with pride, egos, legacies. And here comes this rookie 5th-round pick, mind you fresh out of college, and he's already earned the respect of the room. That's not normal. That's not something you can fake. That's presence. That's that it factor people love to talk about but can never really define. I went back and watched the minicamp footage myself, just to see if I was missing something. And there was one moment that just stuck with me. It wasn't even during a drill. It was SHEDEUR and Njoku on the sideline, laughing, talking, completely at ease. It's no tension, no I'm trying to fit in vibe. Just 2 guys connecting, like teammates who've been working together for years. And then, the drill kicks back in and Boom! Shedeur is back to work. Calm, sharp, in total rhythm, laser throws. Clean mechanics, Nayoku running crisp routes, catching everything. It was like watching a duet on a football field. And here's the kicker, it's not just the locker room noticing. Mary Kay Cavatier, the Mary Kay who's been covering this team since most of these guys were in pop. Warner, she's picking up on it too. And if you know Mary Kay, you know she doesn't throw out hype for clout. She's seen it all. She's seen the busts,